She cornered him by threatening his family.
No!
He seemed so miserable that even shot his best friend.
No!
Her cleverness made her believe that she was winning in every aspect, unaware this all was part of his plan to destroy her ruthless gang.
Have you heard of choice theory?
Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me.
Speak of the devil.
Dom Toretto is on his honeymoon in Havana, Cuba, when he learns that his cousin Fernando is in trouble.
Your mouth.
Now you got
Fernando owes money to Raldo, a local loan shark, and they've had a confrontation. To resolve the matter, Dom challenges Raldo to a car race. Although Raldo initially takes the lead and his friends try to interfere, Dom pushes through and narrowly wins the race. Despite winning, Dom declines Raldo's car as a prize, saying he only cares about the thrill of the race.
Keep your car.
Later, while returning to his apartment, Dom meets a woman named Cipher, who appears to have car trouble. After helping her, she reveals that she knows him well and tampered with her car just to meet him. Cipher offers Dom a job, but when he hesitates, she uses a video on her phone to blackmail him. Meanwhile, a secret agent named Eric Reisner seeks help from Luke Hobbs, a diplomatic security service agent,
Pink butterflies beat my red dragons. That means we lose the championship.
for a mission to steal an EMP device from an outpost in Berlin. Luke's team, which includes Roman Pierce, Tej Parker, Ramsey, Letty, and Dom, successfully secures the EMP device.
Roman, we just blew up their facility and stole their EMP.
However, Dom unexpectedly turns on the team, taking the EMP for Cipher and even running Luke's car off the road. Luke warns the team and advises them to retreat to their safe house, but he is subsequently arrested.
Dom took the EMP. Bullshit.
Back at the safe house, the team tracks Dom's phone and finds he has been secretly communicating with someone, leading them to suspect he's switched allegiances. Letty, however, refuses to believe Dom has truly betrayed them. In prison, Luke is approached by Mr. Nobody and his boss, Eric, who offer him freedom in exchange for a confession, which he declines. He encounters his old rival, Deckard Shaw, and the two nearly brawl due to their past. Dom meets up with Cipher on her secret plane, where she reveals her stockpile of weapons and admits she's been monitoring him, even back in Cuba. She criticizes Dom for returning the car to Raldo, but he defends his decision, saying he gained a friend by doing so. Meanwhile, Luke and Deckard manage to break out of prison by outsmarting the guards and fighting their way out. Once free, Luke joins the team at a secure location where they're briefed on Cipher, a cyber terrorist on Interpol's most wanted list.
Clearly, we're getting nowhere with nobody.
Cipher is an expert hacker who constantly changes her identity. Letty is shocked to learn that Dom has joined forces with Cipher and has handed her the EMP device. Mr. Nobody warns that if Cipher keeps the EMP, she could trigger conflicts anywhere globally, making it essential to get it back.
Cipher is like a digital act of God.
Digital identity is scrubbed every few seconds worldwide.
She's now working with this guy.
They can turn any city in the world into a war zone.
As the team strategizes, they're introduced to Deckard Shaw, who shares that Cipher had previously tried to recruit his brother, Owen, to steal a device called Nightshade and tamper with Ramsey's program, God's Eye. Though initially unwilling to work with Deckard, they're persuaded when he reveals his motive for revenge against Cipher, who used his brother and left him to be jailed. The team reluctantly teams up and begins tracking Dom's location, which they pinpoint to their building.
Because that's here.
Cipher and Dom suddenly appear, stealing God's Eye before anyone can react.
You're gonna turn your back on family? Just like that?
As the team scrambles for solutions, Luke suggests they could use Brian's expertise, but Letty reminds him they'd agreed not to involve Brian in any further dangerous missions. On the plane, Dom confronts Cipher, frustrated with the arrangement. She responds by revealing his ex-lover Elena, held captive along with their son, a child Dom never knew about. Elena introduces Dom to his son, saying she gave him the middle name Marcus, but Dom should choose his first name. Dom becomes emotional at seeing his son, but is interrupted by Cipher, who threatens to harm Marcus if Dom disobeys her orders. Feeling helpless, Dom reluctantly agrees to continue working with her to protect Elena and Marcus. Deckard learns that Dom is heading to New York, prompting the team to follow while staying out of Cipher's detection range.
New York.
Mr. Nobody takes them to a secret location filled with seized cars, advising them to pick vehicles that Dom won't recognize. Roman and Tej are thrilled by the collection
What is this place?
This
is heaven.
but are reminded to choose inconspicuous options. Before heading off on Cipher's next mission to retrieve a nuclear football from a Russian official, Dom tampered with his car and moved it to a secluded alley, telling Cipher he needed to check the engine. Dom outwits Cipher's security with help from Raldo and secretly meets with Magdalene Shaw, Owen and Deckard's mother, to enlist her help in rescuing his son from Cipher's clutches. Meanwhile, Cipher directs Dom to ambush a Russian minister's convoy. Using hacked cars to cause a massive pileup, Dom traps the minister, grabs a critical case, but soon finds his own team trying to stop him. In a chaotic chase, Dom shoots Deckard, and Letty briefly snags the case before Dom chases her, firing but purposely missing her. Rhodes, Cipher's ruthless assistant, steps in, threatening Letty until Dom forces her to give up the case. Afterward, Mr. Nobody informs Dom's team that Cipher now has both an EMP and nuclear codes, giving her terrifying global power. Back on Cipher's plane, Dom faces her fury for sparing Letty. In a harsh retaliation, Cipher orders Elena's death.
No!
And warns Dom that his son, Marcus, could be next if he disobeys. Letty, piecing things together, recalls seeing Rhodes with Owen Shaw's crew, where he was involved in stealing God's Eye. Cipher taunts a grieving Dom, boasting about using the EMP and codes to strike fear worldwide. The team, briefed by Eric, learns that Cipher plans to hijack an abandoned Russian submarine at a separatist-controlled naval base, potentially igniting global chaos.
Take whatever vehicle you want. All bets are off.
All bets are off.
Knowing they need to stop her, they head to Russia. Upon arrival, they observe Dom using the EMP to knock out the base's power and defenses, paving the way for Cipher's plan. As Dom works to disable the submarine, Letty and Ramsey break into the control room, blocking Cipher's attempts to seize control, while Tej and Roman head to the weapons area, aiming to prevent any nuclear launches. In the midst of the mission, Cipher orders Dom to a secure spot, promising he'll finally be reunited with his son. In the control room, Ramsey cuts the submarine's remote link, but Cipher quickly reactivates it. As guards attack, Letty fights them off, and Tej finds himself locked inside the weapons room as Cipher and Ramsey battle for control over the sub. Cipher initiates a countdown to launch a missile, but Mr. Nobody disables the key component just in time. Luke instructs the team to guard the sea entrance to prevent the submarine from reaching open water. The team agrees and rushes into action, but is soon under attack by the separatist group. Roman checks in about the missile threat and is relieved to hear that without the activation chip, they're no longer a danger. Meanwhile, Deckard, who faked his death to work alongside Owen, infiltrates Cipher's plane to rescue Dom's son, Marcus. It's revealed that Dom coordinated with Magdalene, handing over a tracking device to help locate Cipher. While Rhodes tries to counter Dom's team, Cipher orders a route to take the submarine into deep waters, but security breaches force her to send guards to the cargo hold. Deckard overcomes the guards, retrieves Marcus, and Owen secures the plane's controls. Deckard informs Dom of his son's safety, prompting Dom to take out Rhodes in revenge for Elena's death. He then contacts Cipher, notifying her of Rhodes' demise before rejoining his team. Furious, Cipher fires an infrared homing missile at them, but Dom cleverly redirects it back toward the submarine with his car's flare. The submarine is destroyed in the explosion, but Dom's vehicle is also hit. He leaps out just in time, and his teammates shield him from the flames. Deckard confronts Cipher aboard the plane, but she escapes via parachute while he rescues Marcus. Letty reunites with Dom, who reassures her that he'll always protect his family. They embrace, and the team breathes a collective sigh of relief as their mission concludes. In New York, the team celebrates their victory with a gathering. Mr. Nobody and his superior visit and inform Luke that he's cleared of all charges, offering him the chance to rejoin the force, which he declines to spend more time with his daughter. Deckard returns Marcus to Dom, bringing an end to their feud. Dom introduces his son to the team, naming him Brian in honor of his late friend, before they all celebrate their success.